Hello, lovely people! Welcome back to my channel, I guess. So I decided to change my channel a bit. I still have the podcast, Thoughts and Congregations. If you haven't heard of it, go watch the episodes. They're, great, I guess. Basically, I changed my channel so that I can still have the podcast, but also upload normal videos. I feel like I'm going more into normal videos now, and also still podcasting because I love to just rant about stupid stuff, so I'll probably still do that. Okay. Oh yeah, also I got a haircut. Anyways, enough rambling here. So basically, in this video, I'm gonna be giving you a tour of my CDs because I have a huge collection of CDs and I've been wanting to do a CD tour for a while now. Like, I love watching, like, item tours because it's so cool. So yeah, let's get started with the tour. So yeah, upstairs, bedroom, Lou in the bedroom. Take it away. Hey, so welcome to my room. Why was that such a struggle? Oh my god. Okay. As you can see, I have an amazing Hello Kitty CD player. And also plays cassettes. I don't have any cassettes, but I want them. Yeah, I have all of the CDs down here, so let me grab those. All right, so now we have these. We're gonna get into it. I guess we'll just go from the top of the stack down. So yeah, as I mentioned, I think I just had a stroke. So I got Nobody Is Listening by Zayn. And I don't remember where I got this from. It was probably like Barnes & Noble. Who knows? I actually never remember where I get anything. So yeah, I just love this album. And I would say my favorite song on this album, it's so hard to choose. I would say my top favorite songs on this album, probably Calamity. Calamity, obviously, it's like so good. It's just so good. I really love Tightrope. Tightrope is just such a beautiful song. I love it. And River Road too. River Road is amazing. And then I have Fine Line. I actually got this when one of my sisters, Michaela, shout out to you, brother. Alright? When she got I think it's when she got our tickets for our first Harry concert that we went to. It was like this deal thing that like you got a CD of the upcoming album when you bought tickets, like right as they went on sale. It's so hard to choose favorite songs from artists that like you're just obsessed with, and like you just think every song of like it's like no skip, like a no skip artist. That's how I feel with probably this whole stack here. I would probably say my favorite song from this album is Sunflower Volume 6 because it's always been my favorite. I just love that song so much. Ever since I saw him for the first time and he opened with Golden, that's also been another favorite because every time I listen to that song, I just think of the concert like opening and I haven't recovered, as you can tell. And next in the stack, we have Walls. Walls is by Louis Tomlinson, if you don't know. It's such a good album. I love this album so much. But yeah, it's so hard to choose a favorite song from this album as well because, again, it's just such a vulnerable album and, like, it's so good, It's like, I just can't choose. I can't choose. I'm a huge fan of Always You. I think that was, like, the first song from this album that like really got me into this album. Yeah, Don't Let It Break Your Heart also is a really good song. And I mean, obviously Only the Brave is on there too. So now we get into actual One Direction. So this one I have Made in the AM. It was with just the four of them because it was after Zayn left the band. You know, I love Made in the AM, okay? I definitely love Hey Angel. I love Olivia. What a Feeling is also really good. It's probably like my favorite song. One of my favorite songs just as a whole from like their discography. Like I just love it. I Want to Write You a Song literally makes me cry. There was one day that I was playing it on my record player and I just like kept replaying it. I think I played it like 9 times. I'm not even gonna lie. Then I have 4 by One Direction, which is what I just mentioned. This is probably like their most popular song, or my god, it's probably their most popular album. You know, rightfully so, I would say. My favorite, I don't know, this album is also really good because it's like another one of, like, they just make very raw album. Like, okay, Fool's Gold and like Fireproof. I also love Clouds. Clouds is so good. And then we have Midnight Memories by One Direction. I would say my favorite songs from this album, it's so hard to choose. It's a really good album, but I really love Story of My Life. I love that song so much. I feel like it's like an underrated single, you know? Like, I don't know. I just love it. Little Black Dress is such a good song also. I love Little Black Dress. And Little White Lies to go with it. Ugh. And Something Great. Something Great is really good. Something Great is so good. It's like an upbeat song, but it's like the lyrics are so depressing. And then we have Take Me Home by One Direction. So this album is super nostalgic for me. It's like one of my childhood albums. I love it so much. Heart Attack. Heart Attack is so nostalgic. It was like one of my favorite songs. Summer Love is so good. Even as a kid, like, I would get emo to that song. Not even gonna lie. It's the last CD that I have here. It is Up All Night. I would say my favorite songs on this album, you know, Stole My Heart was like my song as a kid. My song. I Wish can still make me cry, okay? It can still make me cry. And Same Mistakes. Same Mistakes is literally like one of the most emotional songs I have ever listened to. So, yeah. That's my collection of One Direction and solo stuff. And that's literally just the beginning, okay? That's just the One Direction stuff. That was so weak. So yeah, anyways, that's it for in here. Take it away. Lou in the car. Take it. Please, just take it, please. Just take it.
Okay. Anyways, welcome back to the car. So basically, I'm gonna be showing you all the CDs I have in here. I'll give you sort of like a view of what all the CDs look like. So that's what it looks like. Here we go. Let's get started. The first CD that I'll be showing, it is my One Direction mixtape. So really it should technically be up there, but I keep it down here for some reason. I don't know what songs are on it. I think it's just like popular One Direction songs. And then we have Big Time Rush, their first album. My favorite songs from this album, it's very hard to choose. I also can't see half the songs because it's covered up by the tag here. So Till I Forget About You is so good. I just, you know, it's so good. I think also the one with Jordan Sparks is really good too. And then the next one I have is Folklore by Taylor Swift. It was actually the first album that I got into when I was getting back into Taylor Swift. It's so hard to choose a favorite song. I really love Epiphany. Okay, I've heard some slander on Epiphany. Well, I only heard it once, but still. Epiphany is a good song, you guys, okay? It's a good song. The first time I heard it, it literally made me tear up. I also really like The Lakes. The Lakes is just such a, you know, like a fairy tale. I mean, that's the whole album, but like, It's very much like a fairy song, and I love it. And then the next album is obviously Evermore. I definitely think it's an underrated album. I mean, Folklore outshines Evermore. I would even say that like I definitely love Folklore more than Evermore. But after listening to Evermore a lot, I like fell in love with it. I think my favorite songs are probably like Coney Island, Cowboy Like Me, Right Where You Left Me is so good, and Evermore. I love Evermore. 'Tis the Damn Season is really good too. I have the album by the Jonas Brothers, which I love the Jonas Brothers, and I have been wanting this album, and I just found it in my car, and I was like, I don't even remember buying this. Dude, what the heck? That was a little better. I really do like Wings. Wings is such a banger. Like Summer Baby and Vacation Eyes, I really love those songs. So anyways, here's this compartment. I don't even know where to start in here. At the first one we have here is the very best of the Rolling Stones, 1964 to 1971. I really love She's a Rainbow, okay? It's like such like an acid trip of a song, but it's so good. And I think I got that one from, I actually don't know where. And then the next one is also Rolling Stones. I'm not going to show the back because I remember looking at the back for the first time. I was traumatized, but it's this album. I'm actually really glad you can't see any of the details in this. It's the album Sticky Fingers. You see, when I listen to these CDs, I'm not paying attention to what the song is called. The one that I remember in this album is Wild Horses, but I know that I know the other songs. I just can't remember. Next, we're going into Elton. So I have Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. I love this album. It's so good. It's a classic, you know. My favorite song between Candle in the Wind and Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, because Goodbye Yellow Brick Road is such a good song. It gives me goosebumps every single time I listen to it. Like the harmony. And then next we have another Elton John, Love Songs. So it's literally just a compilation album of his love songs. I really love Someone Save My Life Tonight. And Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me with George Michael. Ah! I love that song so much. It's so good. And Your Song is obviously gonna make me cry. It's getting so hot in my car that like my CDs are fogging up. I might have to take this off. Hang on. It's the sun that's getting me right here. It is so hot. Jesus. The next one I have is Queen, A Night at the Opera. I'm just gonna do the rest of the video like this. My favorite song is I'm in Love with My Car. It's not actually. It is kind of a banger though. Bohemian Rhapsody is just like my childhood song. Like I listened to it a lot as a kid. Maybe Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm gonna be that person, okay? I think it might be You're My Best Friend. I think that's also a good one too. All right, and next one is a crazy one that I found. This is the Moody Blues. Yeah, I love the Moody Blues. I feel like I've never heard anyone talk about the Moody Blues before. It's so crazy because they're really talented, and I don't know any of the songs, so I'm not even gonna try, but I've listened to the songs and I know like which ones I like by the sound of it. It's so foggy, oh my god. Condensation. And the next one I have is The Essential, Michael Jackson. It's gonna be impossible to choose a favorite song, so I'm not even gonna try to choose a favorite song. The song Ben is a really good song. I hate the name Ben, but the song is really good. The Girl Is Mine is a classic. Wanna Be Starting Something, I Just Can't Stop Loving You. The Way You Make Me Feel is a really good song. Heal the World. So good, so good. Remember the Time was like a childhood favorite. Next one we have is Prince. I love Prince, okay? The Hits too. I think my favorite songs from this one, honestly, Head. It's a good song. Little Red Corvette, I Would Die For You. Oh my god, I Would Die For You is so good. Kiss is a childhood favorite of mine. Cream is out there. And then we have ABBA Gold. I was so excited when I got this because it has one of my favorite songs on it, Chiquitita. Very excited. Do you see the fog and like the fingerprints? Ah! I also love Fernando. Thank You for the Music is also really good. I love that song. And then I also have Fleetwood Mac, Rumors. Obviously, the first album that you get when you first get into Fleetwood Mac is Rumors because Why wouldn't you? The sun is making me so itchy now because it's so hot. My favorite songs, Gold Dust Woman is really good. You Make Lovin' Fun, amazing. Never Going Back Again is... and Songbird. Literally the whole album. Again, I can't choose. I love this whole album. It's so good. The next one I have is Stevie Nicks, actually. Time Space. I think If Anyone Falls. Oh my god! I love If Anyone Falls. Okay, If Anyone Falls is like probably one of her best songs. I love the harmonizing in it. It's just so good. Edge of 17 is obviously iconic. I feel like I've heard Rooms on Fire before. I've definitely heard Rooms on Fire. So good. Next we have Blondie. I only know 2 songs on this CD. I don't know the names of things. I'm really bad about that. So the ones that I do know, just from the name, Heart of Glass, obviously, and One Way or Another. Literally the only reason I know One Way or Another is because of One Direction. So, sorry. Although I will say, I like the One Direction version better. Sorry. Jesus Christ. Okay, there we go. Next we have Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet. You Give Love a Bad Name. Living on a Prayer was actually our family song. Wanted Dead or Alive. Every time I hear that song, I think of Scooby-Doo 2, the live action movie, of course. I think I've also heard I'd Die For You as well. Half of this is literally just me struggling to put the CDs in and take them out. Next, we have Motley Crue, Girls, Girls, Girls. It is so hard for me to do the whole separating the music from the artist because it just feels so wrong listening to the music and trying to enjoy it and then being like, but what if they wrote this about their 14-year-old girlfriend, you know? I grew up with the song Girls, 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 so I had to get the album. Speaking of the devil, literally, we have Led Zeppelin. This is their Mothership album. I really like Dazed and Confused is really good. Anytime I hear Immigrant Song, I just think of Shrek, so that's also pretty cool. Rock and Roll is also really good. Achilles' Last Stand. I like that song because it has Achilles in the name, so. And I love Achilles. Next, I bought the CD because of literally one song on it. And that is Kansas Super Hits. And obviously I got this because of Carry On Wayward Son, because I love Supernatural. Funny thing, I bought this CD, in Kansas. So next one is Journey. I think it's just Greatest Hits. Yeah, Greatest Hits, Journey. Faithfully is really good. I also really love Open Arms too. Open Arms is amazing. And then finally, the last CD that I have, Bee Gees, Number Ones. I love Staying Alive, Night Fever. It just reminds me of a disco. And I love discos. I mean, their first few songs on here too are also really good because it's before their disco time. We finished. That's what she said. Thank you guys so much for enduring this. Week. Oh, it's so bright and really hot. Oh my god. Okay, bye.